Yeah, I was gonna
Okay. All right.
thank you.
Thank you everybody for being here. We'll move through the agenda and see if there's any changes or any questions anybody's got. First, we have approval of minutes, city council special called meeting June 14th, 2021, 4:30 PM. June 14th, 2021, 5 PM work session. June 21st, 2021, 9:30 AM work session. And city council regular meeting, June 21st, 2021, 10 AM. Any questions? All right, next we have set public hearing, resolution number 21-156, authorize abatement of unsafe condition at 823 Fifth Avenue Southeast. We're setting the public hearing for August 2nd, 2021 at 6 PM.
No changes as of yet.
Okay, any questions? All right, next public hearing, resolution number 21-157, approve request for a special event liquor license for Mosaic of North Alabama Incorporated, doing business as Riverfest on August 27th and 28th at Ingalls Harbor, located at 802C Wilson Street Northwest, Decatur, Alabama 35601. No changes. Any questions? All right, next we have weed abatements. David,
No changes on either of them.
okay. Do we have any questions on the weed abatements? All right, no questions. Resolution number 21-169, authorized spending from animal services donation line. Anybody from the police department? I don't know of any changes, Chip.
No changes, in the resolution or attached to it is a, list of what they want to get with the money.
Yeah. All right, any other questions? Next is resolution number 21-170, declare surplus of municipal vehicles no longer needed by the engineering sign shop department. No changes, any questions? All right, next is resolution number 21-171, declare surplus of municipal equipment no longer needed by the engineering street department. No changes, any questions? All right, resolution number 21-172, award bid number 21020 for improvements at Austinville Park to East E-Tech Construction.
No changes unless the council has questions.
Any questions for Alan? All right, resolution number 21-173, approved vacation request 52320 Morris Holdings LLC and Old House LLC sanitary sewer easement. No changes, any questions? All right, resolution number 21-174, approved vacation request 53021 Jerron McMillan right-of-way vacation for a portion of an alley. Okay, any questions? Resolution number 21-175, approved vacation request 53221 Land Services LLC for vacation of an alley right-of-way. No changes, any questions? All right, resolution number 21-176, approved vacation request 53321 Cooks Properties LLC for vacation of an alley right-of-way. No changes, any questions? Okay. Resolution number 21-177, approve amendment to CDG agreement to Modus at Carrington Improvements. Carl, you on the line?
And there's no changes.
Okay, any questions? All right, resolution 21-178, approve CDBG 2020-2021 CAPER.
No changes.
No changes, any questions? Okay, resolution number 21-179, approved temporary residency deviation, Wanda Tyler, landfill recycling director. No changes, any questions? All right, resolution number 21-180, approve extension of video services agreement with AT&T Alabama. Is that Brad or?
Probably, but he knows more of the technical stuff. This is it's a renewal of an agreement that was already in place. It says 5 years, but it ends in 23, and that's because there was a lapse. It terminated, and we're picking that time back up. And Brad, I think it has to do with you two. It has to do with our
Any questions? All right, resolution number 21-181, approval of the Farm Homeowners Association locating entrance sign, flagpole, and other improvements.
There's no changes, but basically, when, the farm was developed, there was an agreement with, the Peaks to, put a sign in what turned out to be city property. There was a lot on the edge of Spring Avenue that was actually owned by the city, and part of the deed, for that property was that they were gonna be able to put a sign. When Spring Avenue was widened, it took that sign, we paid the Peaks $1,000 for the sign. The homeowner association wants to put a sign back. It was an off-premise sign. Long negotiations, a lot of things going on. The Peaks still had the authority. They've agreed with the homeowners association to let them put it there. We verified that it's out of the right of way and it's still subject to that original deed. And, obviously, if it got into the right of way, when the construction actually started, they had to back it out of the right of way.
Okay.
And that's no cost to the city, correct?
Correct.
Any questions? All right, that's everything on the agenda, and we'll, get back together at 6 o'clock. Thank you. Call the meeting to order. Dan Durbin will deliver our invocation and lead us in the pledge.
Let's pray. Father God, we just thank you so much for the opportunity to live in Decatur, Alabama. God, we thank you for the opportunity to live in a place that has vision, that has such opportunity. God, I pray not just for the city council, Lord, but for every member in our city who would long to see a place where they would want their children to grow. So God, I pray that you would bring unity, that you'd bring vision, that you'd bring opportunity. And specifically right now, God, we pray for our community that we would have workers to come with the labor shortage that we have. God, we ask that you would bring great people to this city and that they would be well received by those of us that call this place home. God, I bless the minds and the hearts in this room today. I pray not just for unity, but wisdom and understanding. I ask that your kingdom would come to Decatur, Alabama, and it's in Jesus' name that I ask these things. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Dan. Roll call.
Ladner.
Here.
McMaster.
Here.
Jackson.
Here.
Pike.
Here.
Pepper.
All right, we'll have approval of minutes. First city council special call meeting, June 14th, 2021, 4:30 p.m.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call.
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
Aye.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Minutes are approved with a vote of 5-0. Next, we have June 14th, 2021, 5 p.m. work session.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call.
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
Aye.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Minutes are approved 5-0. Next, we have June 21st, 2021, 9:30 a.m. work session.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. McMasters,
Second.
second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion?
I can't attest to that one, so I'm going to abstain on that.
Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
Abstain.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Minutes are approved with a vote of 4-0 with one abstention. Next is City Council regular meeting, June 21st, 2021, 10 a.m.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call.
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
Aye.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Minutes are approved 5-0. Next, we have set a public hearing, resolution number 21-156, authorize abatement of unsafe condition at 823 Fifth Avenue Southeast. Public hearing set for August 2nd, 2021, 6 p.m.
Just here if you need me.
All right, do we have any questions for David? We're just setting a meeting. All right, no questions. Thanks, David. Next, we have a public hearing, resolution number 21-157, approved request for a special event liquor license for Mosaic of North Alabama Incorporated doing business as Riverfest on August 27th and 28th at Ingalls Harbor, located at 802C Wilson Street Northwest, Decatur, Alabama 35601.
They have met all criteria and we recommend approval.
Okay. This is a public hearing, so if there's anyone here that would like to speak on the matter, you can speak now. Seeing no one here to speak, we'll consider the public hearing closed.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Mr. McMasters, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call.
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
Aye.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Resolution number 21-157 is approved with a vote of 5-0. Next, we have weed abatements. Anybody got any questions for David? We'll go one at a time. Resolution number 21-158, assess $285 against 507 13th Avenue Northwest for cost of abatement of nuisance.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. McMasters,
Second.
second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion?
For years, I've voted no on these because I think it's contradictory for us to, and again, I expect, David, I always appreciate the job that you guys do, but I think it's contradictory for us to charge people in our right-of-ways and our city does not take care of its right-of-way, so it's overgrown, and I think it's almost hypocritical, so I will not support these until we get to, well, I will not support this.
Okay, any other discussion? Roll call?
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
No.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Aye.
Resolution number 21-158 is approved. Vote of 4 to 1. Resolution number 21-159, assessed $285 against 503 14th Avenue Northwest for cost of abatement of nuisance.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion?
Now, barring what I just said, I think that in this particular instance, this person has caused great grief to neighbors. They've got multiple properties, and in each case, this property owner has failed to do it, and so on behalf of the people, regardless of what the other issues that I will vote on here today, I will support this one.
Thanks, Mr. Jackson.
I just wanted to explain the difference.
Any other discussion? Roll call?
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
Aye.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Aye.
Resolution number 21-159 is approved 5-0. Resolution number 21-160, assessed $285 against 1301 Penny Lane Southeast for cost of abatement of nuisance.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call?
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
No.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Aye.
Resolution number 21-160 is approved 4 to 1. Resolution number 21-161, assessed $285 against 1306 Somerville Road Southeast for cost of abatement of nuisance.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. McMaster,
Second.
second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call?
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
No.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Aye.
Resolution number 21-161 is approved 4 to 1. Resolution number 21-162, assessed $285 against 1121 10th Avenue Southeast for cost of abatement of nuisance.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call?
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
No.
Aye.
Pepper.
Aye.
Resolution number 21-162 is approved with a vote of 4 to 1. Resolution number 21-163, assessed $285 against 810 18th and 1/2 Avenue Southeast for cost of abatement of nuisance.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call?
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
No.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Aye.
Resolution number 21-163 is approved 4 to 1. Resolution number 21-164, assessed $285 against 815 19th Avenue Southeast for cost of abatement of nuisance.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call?
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
No.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Aye.
Resolution number 21-164 is approved 4 to 1. Resolution number 21-165, assessed $285 against 1809 White Street Southeast for cost of abatement of nuisance.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call?
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
No.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Aye.
Resolution number 21-165 is approved 4 to 1. Resolution number 21-166, assess $285 against 1810 White Street Southeast for cost of abatement of nuisance.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call?
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
No.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Aye.
Resolution number 21-166 is approved 4 to 1. Next one is resolution number 21-167, assessed $375 against 814 Busby Road Southwest for cost of abatement of nuisance.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call?
Ladner.
Aye.
McMaster.
Aye.
Jackson.
No.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Aye.
Resolution number 21-167 is approved 4 to 1. Next is resolution number 21-168, assessed $285 against 2129 State Avenue Southwest for cost of abatement of nuisance.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. McMaster,
Second.
second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call.
Ladner,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Jackson,
No.
Pike,
Aye.
Pepper.
Resolution number 21-168 is approved 4-1. Thanks, David. Resolution number 21-169, authorized spending from animal services donation line. Chip.
Yes, sir. This is, as the resolution points out, there's been donations made to animal services, and the list of items that animal services and the police department would like to use that money for is listed, and we're asking that you authorize that.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call.
Ladner,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Jackson,
Aye.
Pike,
Aye.
Pepper.
Resolution number 21-169 is approved 5-0. Resolution number 21-170, declare surplus of municipal vehicles no longer needed by the engineering sign shop department. Becky.
Yes, this is a Ford F-350, and it's a 2003 model. It does need some major engine repairs, and it's pretty high in mileage, and so they're ready to surplus it out.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. McMaster.
Second.
Second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call.
Ladner,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Jackson,
Aye.
Pike,
Aye.
Pepper.
Resolution number 21-170 is approved 5-0. Resolution number 21-171, declare surplus of municipal equipment no longer needed by the engineering street department.
Yes, you can tell with the description of the condition, it's very poor condition due to its age. They're pretty much just collecting weeds over there. Weeds are growing over it. They're not using it anymore, and they just want to surplus it out.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. McMasters,
Second.
second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call.
Ladner,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Jackson,
Aye.
Pike,
Aye.
Pepper.
Resolution number
Thank you.
21-171 is approved 5-0. Thanks, Becky. Resolution number 21-172, award bid number 21-020 for improvements at Austinville Park to E-Tech Construction. Alan.
Yes, we sent this out for bid, and we had 2 responsive bidders, and we're just requesting your approval for the low bidder. And this is all coming out of CDBG funds.
Okay, motion by Mr. McMasters,
Second.
second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call.
Ladner,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Jackson,
Aye.
Pike,
Aye.
Pepper.
Resolution number 21-172 is approved 5-0. Resolution number 21-173, approved vacation request 523-20 Morris Holdings LLC and Old House LLC sanitary sewer easement.
Vacation 52320, the applicant is Purite McAnally from Morris Holdings LLC. The location is east of Old River Road, and the request is a vacation of sanitary sewer easement. This was recommended by the Planning Commission.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Pepper, second by Mr. McMasters. Any discussion? Roll call.
Ladner,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Jackson,
Aye.
Pike,
Aye.
Pepper.
Resolution number 21-173 is approved 5-0. Resolution number 21-174, approved vacation request 530-21 Jerron McMillan, right-of-way vacation for a portion of an alley.
This is vacation 53021. The applicant is Purite McAnally for Jerron McMillan. The location 1407 8th Street Southeast, and the request to vacate a portion of an alley along the east side of the parcel, and this was recommended by the Planning Commission.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Pepper, second by Mr. McMasters.
And what was
Any
the,
discussion?
what was the request for? I mean, why are we requesting this?
This was a small, just sliver, in order for him, he's building a house on the property, and it was easier in this case to ask for just this small little sliver of the alley to be vacated, and there were no objections from engineering or anyone that provides services in the alley.
Okay, any other discussion? Roll call.
Ladner,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Jackson,
Aye.
Pike,
Aye.
Pepper.
Resolution number 21-174 is approved 5-0. Resolution number 21-175, approved vacation request 532-21 Land Services LLC for vacation of an alley right-of-way.
Vacation request 53221, the applicant P. Wright McAnally for Land Services LLC. The location is 1227 6th Avenue Southeast, and the request is to vacate an alley along the back of 1227 6th Avenue Southeast, and this was recommended by the Planning Commission.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Pepper, second by Mr. McMasters. Any discussion?
Again, can you share why they needed this alley?
The rest of the alley on the north side of this block was vacated as part of the Walmart neighborhood market development. They are consolidating a number of lots that used to belong to the old 9th Street Methodist Church there. And in consolidating, they're asking to vacate the alley so that they can consolidate it all as one large parcel. The alley will remain as an easement. There are some utilities that run through it.
Okay, any other discussion? Roll call.
Ladner,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Jackson.
Aye.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Resolution number 21-175 is approved 5-0. Next is resolution number 21-176, approved vacation request 53321 Cooks Properties LLC for vacation of an alley right-of-way.
Vacation request 53321, the applicant P. Wright McAnally for Cooks Properties LLC. The location is 119 6th Avenue Northeast, and the request to vacate .03 acres of an alley located near the back of 119 6th Avenue Northeast.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Pepper, second by Mr. McMasters. This is the one right in the middle of the parking lot.
Yes, it was discovered when they were trying to clean up the deed for this property, the old Lucky's store, and they found this alley. So they're just trying to clean up their deed now.
See, I was thinking it was right in the middle of the parking lot, but now you said it's at the back of that address. So is that between there and the Regions Bank, or where are you talking?
It's towards the back of the property. It's just how we have to write the request, but it's more to the back. When they divided that property in half, it ended up being kind of towards the back of the front parcel that touches 6th
Okay,
Avenue
because I was
there.
thinking it was right in the middle of,
Mhm.
okay, all right.
I guess it's on the back half, but it's
The
definitely in the parking
back,
lot.
yeah, closer to the back than the front, so that's kind of
Yeah.
how we have to word it.
Okay, any other discussion? Roll call.
Ladner,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Jackson.
Aye.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Resolution number 21-176 is approved 5-0. Thanks, Lee. Resolution number 21-177, approve amendment to CDG agreement to Modus at Carrington Improvements. Carl?
Yes, Mayor, Council call for the city engineer. This is to redesign that Moses Carrington intersection to a curb and gutter section. Allows us to move forward the project without having to acquire right of way. And anyway, just bringing this to y'all, it sort of hit a dead spot last year during COVID, so I'm bringing this back to get to the council. If y'all want to move forward with this project, I would recommend approving this for the redesign.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. McMasters,
Second.
second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion?
Carl, we are discussing, is there a traffic light going in there?
No, this design doesn't call for a traffic light, no.
I just, well, and I didn't think there was, but I had one of the neighbors to call me and ask if there was a traffic light going in there, so I didn't think that there was, but I just wanted to verify, thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks in Dunbarton right there that have asked for a traffic light. I think we're trying, actually, Miss Vivian gave me a study last year on that, but, they think there's too many lights there, so they're gonna try this with some turn lanes and see if it helps the traffic. All right, any other discussion? Roll call?
Ladner,
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Jackson.
Aye.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Resolution number 21-177 is approved, vote of 5-0. Thanks, Carl. Resolution number 21-178, approve CDBG 2020-2021 CAPER.
Yes, HUD requires that we do a consolidated annual performance and evaluation report each year. This is that report that we will submit to HUD. Just wanted to give the council just a couple of things. You know, it'd been a COVID year. A lot of things didn't happen, but we still had a lot of good things that went on with CDBG. We did 18 first-time home buyers this past year. Since 2000, we have done 562 first-time home buyer assistance program. I say assisted program. We assisted 562 people to become first-time home buyers. The Seville project, we've got a total of 20 lots over there. We have 10 that is now completely built and sold. We have 4 that's presently under construction. Of those 4, 4 of them are under construction. Of those 4 that are under construction, 2 have contracts on them. So that will leave us only 6 lots left at the Seville. So we're very excited about both of those projects. So we ask that you approve this report.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McMasters, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion?
To the 18 first-time home buyers, did that include any of the people at the Seville, Alan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There was a couple.
Thank you.
I drive down that road, I take my son to school, and I think there was a new house going up about every time I drive by, so that's great. Any other discussion? Roll call?
Ladner,
Aye.
McMasters,
Aye.
Jackson,
Aye.
Pike,
Aye.
Pepper.
Resolution number 21-178 is approved 5-0.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alan. Resolution number 21-179, approved temporary residency deviation, Wanda Tyler, landfill recycling director.
Yes, Wanda Tyler was hired under Resolution 19318 that said she was appointed with a residency requirement for the duration of the appointment. We've since learned that she no longer lives in the city of Decatur. She's on the line to answer any questions. We also think that the Resolution 2161 has added some additional confusion. Brandon is here to help with this. He's also disclosed this morning that he's building a home outside of the city of Decatur. So on the resolution itself, we just need council the residency requirement is there, so what do we need to do?
I'd like to make a motion to let her, I guess, stay where she is. I don't really know how to word it, to, I guess, waive the.
Well, we would need to get this on the floor, and you could offer to potentially amend it. Is there a motion for resolution 21-179?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. McMasters,
Second.
second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Is there, I mean, if you're wanting to discuss whatever it was, you can now.
So I was just saying that I would think that, I mean, I feel like she should be able to my understanding, she thought that it was a Decatur address, because it like says Decatur on there or something like that. I just think that she should be able to stay there. I don't say that she should have to move, or I believe that we should put it on the next agenda or something in that category to where it's, I guess she wouldn't have to worry about it in about a year or so.
Okay.
Regardless of the fact that that the new ordinance says that it is future, there are future appointments, this is essentially redundant. So I don't see, again, regardless of the fact that I didn't agree with the ordinance, it's been covered in my mind. So I will abstain because I think it's redundant.
Right, Chip, should we amend what the resolution is, or do you think just come back and table it?
It's completely up to y'all, it's y'all's discretion how you want to handle it. As a personal preference, when you make amendments to it in the meeting, there's a higher likelihood of confusion later on of what was intended and marking out and what it says. It's cleaner for y'all to give us direction or write a resolution so that what's written and what's considered is what's voted on, but there's nothing legal that prevents you from making amendments to it and going forward with it today. It's
Okay, what I heard from Mr. Pepper was he was asking to waive the requirement.
Pretty much is what I wanted. I want to waive the requirement that she has to live in the city. So how would we need to go about?
You can do what you can say that, just that, that she is exempted from that, or from the current, which would rewrite the whole thing, or we can
We could table it.
do a resolution that says that without the other verbiage in it.
This brings us to the point that I brought when we originally did this. Do we do this each and every time? We have Mr. Watkins here who said that he's building, and we're gonna, in a few months or whenever his house is built, we're gonna be dealing with this again. So it's like I said, it's something that we're just doing over and over and over again.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I'm tired of talking about it. So,
Right, and sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I've got a bad habit.
no, go ahead.
It would be, rather than going case by case and making changes, it's easier to just say this is what the rule's gonna be and going with it. And, and let the chips fall where they may. But it's also, it's council prerogative. And so, y'all get to choose exactly how much you deal with.
Yeah, the group, I felt like in the discussion we had in March, there was not any, I didn't feel like there was support of retroactive. Now, I would have supported that, absolutely, and I still would, but, it was on new job description requirements, going forward. It didn't have anything to do with individual people or whatever. It was all about, when we entered into what the job description was for a new director, we would not require residency except for 3 positions. So, I don't know if we need to, I would support tabling this and maybe coming back with a resolution to just waive it, for Wanda, but we probably need to figure out a way to have a resolution that the requirements even that are in place, in my opinion, I'm just sick of talking about it. So, very low importance on the scale of things we should be discussing.
I'll make a motion to table it.
Okay, we have a motion to table.
Second.
Pepper. Second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? All right, roll call.
Ladner,
Aye.
McMasters,
Aye.
Jackson,
Abstain.
Pike,
Aye.
Pepper.
Aye.
Resolution number 21-179 is tabled with a vote of 4-0 with 1 abstention. Thanks, Rochelle. Resolution number 21-180, approve extension of video services agreement with AT&T Alabama.
Yes, sir. This is an agreement with AT&T for technology usable for video. By the terms of the agreement, this is an extension of 5 years, even though it actually expires in 2023, I believe. The reason for that is there's been a lapse, and this renews a contract that's been in place for a number of years.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? Roll call.
Ladner,
Aye.
McMasters,
Aye.
Jackson,
Aye.
Pike,
Aye.
Pepper.
Aye.
Resolution number 21-180 is approved with a vote of 5-0. Next, we have resolution number 21-181, approval of the Farm Homeowners Association locating entrance sign, flagpole, and other improvements.
Yes, sir. This is, it's on Spring Avenue, the farm subdivision. And when the subdivision was actually constructed years ago, the part of the deal with the Peaks was they conveyed a tract that was faced Spring Avenue. And as part of that, the city granted them, this is well before the widening of Spring Avenue was done. They were given the ability as part of the deed to build that farm sign that was there and the lighting and the things that went with it beside the road at the entrance to that road that led back to the subdivision. Although it was on city property, that was granted specifically by the city at that time. When the widening took place, the right-of-way took that sign. We paid the Peaks because they were the ones that had built the sign. We paid them for the sign. The homeowners association wanted the sign replaced. It was on city property. You can't have an off-premise sign like that, and so we couldn't give them that. The Peaks from the original deed still had the authority to put a sign there. They have now granted that authority to the homeowners association, subject to the requirements of staying out of the right of way and all that. I think I told you in the work, we have stated to the state that the right of ways are clear and that we won't let them be obstructed. So this none of this construction can impact the right of way, but they understand, have got an agreement with the Peaks, got an agreement with somebody to build it, to rebuild the sign out of the right of way in basically the same spot it was before, but further back off the road. And the city recommends approval of that.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Mr. McMaster, second by Mr. Pike. Any discussion? If we had to get, I asked this earlier, if we had to get additional right of way, who's responsible for that sign at that point?
It would be the same thing.
Same thing we just
It's a
went
state road, so if we needed more right of way to widen again, we would have, somebody would draw it out, we would need this amount of right of way, we'd have to approach, this time it would be the homeowners association, and make them an offer for that sign. If they didn't accept it, we'd have to condemn it, and because we'd have to get it out of the right of way.
Gotcha. All right, any other discussion? Roll call.
Widener.
Aye.
McMasters.
Aye.
Jackson.
Aye.
Pike.
Aye.
Pepper.
Aye.
Resolution number 21-181 is approved with a vote of 5-0. We do have a few members of the public that have signed in to speak. David, I've got you first on the list. We'll do 3 minutes. I know we could have additional discussion, but 3 minutes, just state your name.
My name's David Childers, with First Response Decatur Ambulance Service here. Council members, thank you for allowing me the time to speak. I will not take 3 minutes. I'll be very, very brief so we can all move along. On February the 1st of this year, a temporary resolution 2128 was granted for an entity here within the city to operate ambulances within their system, non-emergency, due to some bottlenecking within the emergency department. Within the resolution, there are several things about monthly going back and looking and reviewing this decision. I'm happy to say at this time, our governor has, as of today, we're no longer in an emergency state here in Alabama. The resolution states that until the COVID crisis has been resolved, that this temporary resolution would stand. I would formally ask that this be rescinded at this point in time due to we're not in an emergency state. Considerable factors in addition to that that have attributed in a negative manner here to public safety in the city of Decatur during this time period. In addition to the parameters of 2128 of allowing operation have been breached on numerous occasions. So we would just like to formally ask that this be rescinded so we can go back to business as normal, have our full staffing, and continue to provide service for the city of Decatur. Thank you.
All right, does anyone have any questions?
I would, if we don't rescind this, I would like to have a work session set up, because if you're saying that they've got violations, I'd like to know exactly what those violations are. And I think that it's important that if we have adopted a resolution to allow them to function and they're not in accordance with that resolution, then I'd like to know I'd like to set up something, if this is not rescinded, Mr. Childers, so that we can take a closer look at that and examine it from that angle.
Yes, sir.
Have you reported those resolutions to any entity, or, I'm sorry, the infractions?
You know, there's been discussions of it. There was a meeting last Wednesday, and there was some discussion.
A meeting,
At the training center, I'm sorry,
Okay.
with the fire department. There's been some discussions of that. They're also being dispatched to 911 calls now, which obviously the resolution didn't state that that could happen. And that's local violations. State violations, again, that doesn't affect you guys, but there's been.
but they've been reported to the state?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And have you received any feedback from the state?
As of yet, no, sir. But I do agree a work session would be great to further discuss some of these issues.
Well, I got a question. So with
Yes, sir.
this is for Chip. So with the resolution saying that, involving like, what does it say? It says, the resolution that when the, state of emergency is over, what is it?
When the COVID crisis.
COVID crisis
COVID
is
crisis
resolved.
has been
When it's
resolved.
resolved,
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so is this,
it's up to the council to decide when it's resolved.
okay. I just wanted to clarify that.
Ashley, what was the verdict of the violations reported that you guys looked into?
I've only received one report of violation from first response, and that was a violation at the Huntsville Hospital in Hemsey, critical care truck that was an unfounded complaint, because in the current ordinance, it talks about a critical care and specialty care being outside the requirement. What that is, that's a specialized truck that Huntsville Hospital, UAV, whomever will send over to pick up a patient that has a specialized crew in the back of it. Our ordinance does not cover that, because only those are sent by a physician to pick that up. So there was an unfounded complaint. Other than that, I have not received any other complaints from first response concerning anything.
In the complaint that he's speaking of, his reply to that complaint was, basically, he didn't control the hospitals. Number one, we have a state violation because Huntsville Hospital does not have an ambulance license. Hemsey does not have a critical care license. So how could it be a critical without a critical care license? That's a totally separate,
So
ambulance.
that's a state violation?
That's a state violation. It should be a local violation, and the EMS coordinator should have had that as a founded complaint. We also have, our new CAD system, we go by CFS numbers. And this can all be brought out within the work session that Councilman Jackson's talking about. This entity has been allowed by the EMS coordinator to take calls outside of what this temporary resolution says. We have proof of this.
I actually have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Involving that. So in the the special resolution, does it allow anywhere there where they can amend it in any way to say that they can run 911s?
No, sir.
Okay, so who gave them the authority to run 911 calls?
Hey, y'all come up here. We got people on, they want to be able to hear on the calls as well.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Chief Thorne.
Hey, Chief.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, chief.
Hey,
Call and get on the mic from here.
Mr. Jackson said, I think it would be a really good idea if we sit down and talk about, what Mr. Childers was talking about, because some of the stuff that is being said is not exactly what it should be said. He is right. When he talks about, Hemsey running the call, basically what it is they call a special unit to run a call. Their truck was down,
Chief, I'm
We have
assuming,
broken those calls to Decatur Morgan when he doesn't have a truck.
Hey, Chief Thornton, I want, in the ordinance in section 311A, I'm just gonna read it real quickly. It says, rendering no CPNC shall be required for any persons operating an emergency ambulance or other vehicle under the following circumstances. A, rendering assistance during a federal, state, or local declared disaster, catastrophe, or major emergency when the ambulance is authorized to operate in a city by CPNC are either insufficient in number or inadequate for any other reason as determined by DFR chief or EMS coordinator. Just like Chief Thornton spoke a while ago, in the past, first response has been running 5 to 6 medic trucks. Recently, they've been running 2 to 3. That's an insufficient number for the city of Decatur.
I guess are we gonna have the work session now, or are we gonna set up and have the work session later?
I agree.
And I'm not talking to you.
No, I agree.
I'm just trying to figure out what we're gonna do. If we're gonna do it
I
now,
don't
or
think we
we're
should
gonna
have
do
one
it
at another time.
Yeah.
The zeroing out is a problem, and I get the COVID part of it, but, what we've been seeing, and Ashley has a lot more details that he can bring up at the work session, they're zeroed out a lot, and if we are trying to get sick people picked up, it's a question of whether we do it with an ambulance that's already in town, or if we call from out of town to pick them up, and that's why Decatur Morgan is running some calls when they're zeroed out. And, so we can take that up.
Well, I'll add to what Chip was saying. I'm saying that I completely, in a situation where I would say that if we're zeroed out of trucks, and no offense, David, I'm just saying if anybody's zeroed out of trucks, I mean, if there's an ambulance close by, if I'm in a situation where I need an ambulance, I would like the closest one available. So, I mean, if they're available to take them, and there is an ordinance or something that says that the chief or EMS coordinator can allow that, then if it's an emergency situation, I don't see an issue with it, because citizens' lives, my life, your life is more important than waiting on somebody that's 40, 50 minutes away. So I didn't mean to say, I hope you don't think that I said that in a rude way whenever I asked who gave the authority. I just wanted to clarify if there is, some like boundaries that have to be set there, if there's, questions involved that way. If anybody has any questions, it's already been asked. So
I guess, I mean, again, I think we need to sit down and have a work session regarding this and discuss it all, but the one thing that I wanna leave us with that has just piqued my curiosity is when we say that the council determines when the SOE ends, or when we're out of danger. And effectively, that kind of means, Chip, that could go on indefinitely forever.
Well, the way it was written is that it was for the emergency. The city council determined that there was that emergency and needed based on all the other factors, and based on that, the council is the one that would have to say the emergency doesn't exist anymore, so we're rescinding our action.
But the emergency was based on the pandemic, and the state's SOE has ended. And I mean, this council itself took away the mask ordinance and the requirements thereof, of that. So, I mean.
But it's not linked to the state of emergency. It says when the COVID situation is resolved. So that's a different definition from when the state of emergency exists. If the council determines that it's resolved, then that would be the case. As a practical matter, it's not COVID related, but the question, and we'd have to deal with it at the work session also, is, let's say we go with and it's your prerogative, the COVID situation is resolved and that's the end of it. So Decatur Morgan can no longer have ambulances working in town at that point. The question then becomes, can we return all the transport first response who already are zeroed out and not have the backup of ambulances in town to run emergency calls and not have the transports, and when they're working at the rate they are we just asking for folks
I don't disagree with you. I think those are two separate issues, though.
Correct.
Two separate issues. Because I don't know that they're expecting COVID to ever. I think the variants are coming, and we're looking at it as sort of the flu. Like, it's gonna change all the time, and we're gonna have those variants all the time. So I don't know that we can ever say that that's gonna end, so, at some point, we're gonna have to say it's over. I mean,
Right,
the
and y'all can say
the
if
emergency
you did
aspect of it
enough,
is over. But, and addressing whether or not, first response can handle it, I think that's reasonable, for us to address that, but I don't know that, we can continue this thing on and say that someone who came in, whether, regardless of who it is, who came in under the, umbrella of doing it under a state of emergency because we're bottlenecking and we're having, I think that was a term that was used, and we're having, backup at the emergency room because of these things. I think we have to resolve that and move forward from there.
Right, and
So I think
I
they're two separate
don't
issues.
disagree with that.
Okay.
I just think that the lack of coverage after that is something we're gonna have to consider when we're making that decision.
I don't disagree with that at all,
But
but.
it's two issues, so, but we would have to end that allowance, just like I was.
Correct.
Issue with the mask mandate is even though it was said it would have an end date, it was just ongoing, and
Right,
the
until
council
y'all
had
said
to
it's
end
not.
it. And
Correct.
so we have to end it, the same way we did with
Right.
that, but I do agree, I mean.
And it would go with a resolution on
Yeah,
that.
so logically, state of emergency is ending, but it seems there may be some other issue, and I'm fine with the work session. I do wish that we had some sort of, you say there's all these violations, but you've reported one, we kind of can talk about that in the work session. Apparently, you say you've reported some to the state with absolutely no feedback. I mean, it's just hard for me to sit up here and.
Sure, and I understand.
Yeah.
And council, just one final comment from me. We keep hearing this word zero out. We're zeroing out because of a little thing called poaching employees.
I think this would be good for the work session.
Right, but this is televised, so I wanna, save the reputation of
quickly,
first
yeah.
response. It's very difficult for a private for-profit service that's not a billion-dollar company, which we wish we were, to pay EMT basics $20 an hour just to poach them from the other provider. And that's what we're running up against now. Before this provider came into it, there was very few roll calls, can be addressed during the meeting, but I just wanted that televised, that is the reason.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, I think we have a work session next Monday, if y'all wanna get together this week. Charles, you can come on. I'm fine with that too, just whatever.
Monday works for me.
All right, Monday. Okay. We can address it in our work session Monday, yeah.
My
Okay,
name is
Mr. Kirby.
Charles Kirby, 1706 Sandra Street Southwest. This is my state of emergency, okay? None of y'all are wearing a mask today. That means your state of emergency is over, okay? If you don't believe me, call the hospital and find out how many COVID patients are currently there right now. It's either zero or very close to zero. That's the emergency, it's over. The reason two departments in this city gave you to do all this was to help the hospital with all these COVID patients. And quite frankly, if the hospital would receive patients coming in by ambulance on a timely manner, they could get them out in a timely manner. That's a fact, okay? So if they're not having patients backed up there at the hospital, then why are they still allowed to run? The people that gave you your advice are never going to catch the hospital at anything. It's not going to happen. But an outside competent investigator would find numerous violations, including them transporting to non-Huntsville hospital facilities. They're never going to tell you about the unit that was going to Dothan that broke down, okay? They're not held to the same standards, don't have to have the same equipment, and they're given all the excuses in the world because some people have an agenda here. It's time for you folks to step up and say, this needs to end because we were given the reason for the COVID crisis. That reason's over. It's real simple. If it's not that simple, then someone needs to come up here to the work session, wherever, and give you a proper reason why they have this agenda. Thank you for your time.
Hey, I just want to say for the record, my mask is here, I still wear it, I've been vaccinated, but as long as I'm 6 feet away, I'll do it.
Any other discussion on that?
As far as anybody's agenda, I don't know who you're referring to, but my thing is at the top of my list of my agenda is public safety. So I think as long as we can have that discussion and we can ensure that public safety is handled, then we'll be fine.
We should have that at the work session. This is actually hurting all of Morgan County now because they're poaching lifeguard employees too. Those people are going to be rolling calls to the city.
discussion on that topic? All right.
So we having the work session on Monday, is that
It's
what
our
we're saying?
regular work session.
We're gonna have it at our
Yes.
regular, okay, I'm good with that.
All right, any other discussion or thoughts?
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anything else from directors? All right, any mayor, you on the line? He's on vacation. Anything else from council? All right, we're adjourned, thank you.